Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Angela, issue number 2 by Image Comics, drawn by Greg Capullo and written by Neil Gaiman, inked by Mark Pennington. So yeah, we're going to dive right in because this is fun. L. Simmons here, Spawn, is being I don't know what's not really harassing by these angels, but they are. I believe they kicked him in the face in the last issue, and they say, he says, "Let me get this straight. Your friend is on trial. You want me to be a witness? That's right. But so why did you hit me like that? To attract your attention. Also to make you take us seriously. We found people always take you more seriously after you knock them down a couple of times. And this trial is in heaven? Well, kind of ish. It's in Elysium. That's where we live." And so this is more like L. Simmons here was a little bit younger, newer to this whole Spawn thing before he, went crazy and overboard. So she says, "Yes, Mr. Simmons, we're really angels. Look, you are under our protection. Our friend is in really bad trouble. You have an obligation to testify. Please." "Well, I don't know." And she says, "Thank you. You will regret this," and they are teleporting anyway. So they go into, Elysium. And it's in heaven. And Simmons is stunned because he's in heaven and all these beautiful looking babes, right? And so the other one says, "Hey, for heaven's sake, get inside quickly. If they see you, it could ruin everything." Right, and the art looks freaking awesome. Yeah, man, Greg Capullo is a real good artist. Anyway, so they go inside, and so Spawn says, "This is amazing. It's like the whole city are made of glass. Listen, is there a reason why you all look like exotic dancers?" "Sorry." "Well, it's just you don't really look like I expected." And then costume is acting up because it's alive. "My fingers, my chest. What the hell is going on? Your costume doesn't like being here. It knows you're in enemy territory, and it's moving into more aggressive, defensive mode." I didn't know I could do that." So they're going to the trophy room because this is Angela's, sleeping room, I guess, or room. And so he says, "Yeah, I remember that she's hunted me once. Yeah, that was what we wanted you to be a witness about it." And she says, and the other one says, "Yeah, she killed a lot of hellspawn, and also, this belonged to a spawn like me. Not exactly like you. I mean, he was a little bit bigger, right?" So, and then he touches it, right? And he's asking that this creature was also being duped by the devil, right? And that also the devil ruined his life. Well, we don't know yet. Meanwhile, Angela is getting ready for trial, right? So she's being introduced to Kalindra. And he says, she's her defender. "How old are you?" "Oh, I know I look young, but I'm almost 200. And I'm really, really excited. This is my first case." 200 years old, your first case, bizarre. I was foolishly expecting to have a fair trial, right? So she says, "Hey, don't be a negative Nancy. Explain what happened." So Angela explained that she's still blood on her face. So last summer I went to Terra, Earth, soul free. Yeah, soul free is, I believe, the real world. I believe we are the third planet in our solar system. That's why it's called soul free. I could be wrong. Leave a comment below if you know it a little bit better than me. I think I'm just guessing. And subscribe to my channel if you like what you're seeing. Shameless plug-in. Anyway, so she was here on Earth, on Terra, many, many moons ago, thousands of years ago, but, So she's here, and she's reporting she went to the embassy here because heaven somehow has an embassy there. And the director of this embassy is called Gabrielle, Director Terran Affairs. I explained to her that I was here to hunting a young hellspawn. She was fairly unhelpful, but that's her way. She's hated me for millennia. What happened then? I showed her my hunting permit. After that, there wasn't such much she could say. Just that she didn't want me to dragging it out. She wanted me to go straight in and kill the thing. And, well, I tried. I got in pretty close, weakened it. Then I blasted with my lance. That should have destroyed it, shouldn't it? And when it got close, I'm sorry, of course it should. I thought for a moment that I had it, but the creature somehow moved inside its cloak. But when I got close to check it out, it pulled me in. Pulled you inside the cloak? Yeah, I think so. And then it began to strangle me. Its hands around my neck and squeezing so tightly. It was so strong. I was losing it, and with the last of my strength I pulled free and translated myself out of there. It was the first time I ever failed to kill a young spawn. I was mortified. What happened to the lance? I don't know. I went back and looked for it. It wasn't there, and neither was the spawn. I filed a report. And you know what Gabrielle claims your visit to Earth was entirely unauthorized? That you had no license? That you never came to see her? She said that? She's a liar. She spoke to me. She rubbed her license promotion in my face. I should have gone after her, not him. But then she is being taken back to her cell, I guess. And then we see, I believe, other members of Hell and Heaven. So this is Metatron, this is Malebolgia. Malebolgia is the one that responsible for Al Simmons being a spawn. And I love it that, Marvel and DC has this more quote-unquote good-looking creatures, right? And this is just a more disgusting version of a demon. I like that. So Metatron accuses Malebolgia that he has broken the pact because there is some monster or a hellish creature in heaven, right? And he says, well, no, it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. All of my creatures are here. So they are going back and forth. And I must say, this art looks really, really, really cool. I miss this kind of art, right? But then we see a flashback when this spawn was big and it talks. There is an escape. There is a way to nullify the contract, a path to utter freedom. As I realize that, I heard a noise from above me. It's one of the small creatures. This one will be my doom. And then Spawn wakes up. So I believe he had a dream about that creature that was hanging on the wall. This guy, I guess. It's pretty cool. He blacked out. And so he says, how long was I asleep? Long enough. The trial is starting soon. Listen, we were wondering, is there another way you can look? The way you look now, you might attract a bit more attention than we wanted you to. So he changes into another guy, and Al Simmons is black, right? So he turns into a blonde, white guy, which I think is funny. So if this comic was coming out today, all these leftist nutcases and Twitter people are having a meltdown because why isn't he black? Stuff like that. Anyway, so Angela is going to trial. And so he said, hey, how do you plead? Innocent lady. So this is probably the judge. Madam Prosecutor, we call Gabrielle Director of Terran Affairs. So the judge says, or maybe the other one, the prosecutor, the agent Angela called at no point ever contacted you at the office. No. Did she not show you a hunting permit? How could she have? I never saw her. Your opinion of the defendant? I think she's a traitorous bitch. And objective, sustained. So so they ask her, how have your department located the missing dimensional lens? And she says, well, we were hunting it for 6 months. I think she handed it over to the enemy. I think that the so-called attack on the Hellspawn was merely a ruse, some kind of a cover-up for the actual handing over of the lens. And what I also like is that you see all these faces and of these alien creatures here. It reminds me of the trial of Galactus in the Fantastic Four, when, it was similar when Galactus was on trial, right? And then all we see these alien faces on the background awaiting what the verdict was. It was pretty cool. So this reminds me a little bit of that. It's pretty nice. Q said, what's her name? Q and Yan says, is whispering something to this girl's ear. And you what, really? But of course. So, and then Defender says, hey, I introduce a witness. And so the judge says, well, that's a little bit unusual, right? And but yeah, she says, well, it's really important to the case. And she says, very well, Calinda, you may call your witness. Thank you, lady. I call Al Simmons. So Al comes forth and he immediately transforms into this cool-looking version of his Spawn appearance. You have called me, I have come. In life, I was Al Simmons. These days, they call me Spawn. Again, this art looks cool. It's just nice colors too, by the way. And she's gone completely nuts. She says, hell, Spawn, here in my courtroom, this is an outrage. Gods, destroy this creature. Hey, I'm a witness. This creature defiles the sacred city. I want it annihilated, but destroy it now. And so, yeah, he's in trouble. And then Angela is thinking that, hey, it's the one that, I failed to kill, and he's here to defend me. And she says, well, the gods will destroy him. I better sit this out because, well, it's no use anymore. But then she says, screw it. And she helps Al, right? And she says, get out of here, you idiot. Head into the crowd quickly. Move. And he says, Angela? Look at this cool panel, man. It's just fantastic. In my opinion, of course. So, and the guards cannot shoot because there's a lot of people in there, right? And he's biting his finger. And so, yeah, the ribbons and Al's costume are defending him. He says, I like your ribbons. Angela, what are we doing now? Well, the walls are pretty thin. We could go through them. You got to be kidding me. Do you think they're kidding? So they are jumping outside of this palace here. Again, it looks great. And she says, hey, do you have any ideas before we hit the ground? And then she says, hey, when I fought you, you went inside your cloak, right? Can you do that again? And he says, I'm not sure, man. I don't know how to do it. So he tries it and it doesn't really work. And then she says, go into the cloak. And then, cloak is destroyed, right? And everybody's, this one is happy. They are mourning. And she says, there, that worked out better than I've ever dreamt. Both of them. I never dared hope for that. Both of them. But then a voice, where are we? I have no anyway. It's your cloak. Can you make some light? How? Ignite your hand. I know it's something you people can do. I've seen them do it before. So yeah, they are somewhere else now. So this is some lair. And he's making fire with this candle, right? Well, it's not exactly a palace, but it's better than I expected. Did you do the decorating yourself? Enough with the jokes. I rescued, didn't I? Well, somebody certainly rescued somebody. It's freezing. Aren't you cold dressed like that? Not really. My ribbons keep me pretty at constant body temperature. There's some cool things in here. But then, they have a talk, and we see these candles are, melting. The fire melting the candles is pretty cool. So Angela says, I've been set up, and I don't like that one little bit. Join the club, Angela. So they're having a talk, right? So she says, hey, what do you do? And she says, well, I'm a hunter, but I'm also a courier and also a good damn soldier. And so Elle says, hey, I was wondering, why are you all women? Are you angels? Are you really angels? And she says, why did Amalabolgia bring you back from the dead? I honestly don't know. Hey, I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. Apology accepted, I suppose. Now, are you going to apologize for trying to kill me last year? Of course not. That was sports. This is politics. Anyway, I had a hunting permit. I really did. And he says, hey, call me Al. I was wondering how we get out of here, where we want to get out of here. Through the cloak? I left the cloak back in Elysium. Can you feel it? It's part of your costume. Not anymore. I think it's dead. Does that sound stupid? No, it's a sound about right. And then she says, Poor thing. It really loves you, you know. My cloak loves me. Your whole costume loves you. Like my ribbons love me. Are you sure you're not cold? Well, I am a little bit chilly. That's better. That's so much better. And that leads us to the last issue, guys. And we have some cool pinup here, right, from Angela. Yeah, I think Angela is a great character. Like I said in or more slave labor. Can I say that? Slave labor when making toys for Todd McFarlane. just hey, Texera. Yeah, I think overall there's a cool miniseries that leads us into the last issue here. And the cover is great, right? With all these things around it, and this heart shaped, and the nice way the blue looks with the white. It's really nice color palette. I like it. So also with the ribbons